Alright, Shalom, Makim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechach Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And today, pretty much I just want to title this lesson, the part and asunder of the times. Because we are in that time where it's been pretty much made clear, it's obvious that this kingdom, this world, this age is at its end, man. This devil have reached its climax, and his kingdom has ran its course. So the next step is for it to wither and go away, man. And that's the process that we're in now. We're in the process of this man is being withered away before ultimately he's cast into the fire. You know what I mean? So, matter of fact, I'm going to start off with this. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 1. It says, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heavens. See, so everything is a season for everything. It's a purpose for every time under the heaven, man. It was a time where peace was on the planet Earth by the way of Solomon, man. That was a certain season, even though it was 40 years, but the Lord said it was a season and a time and a purpose. Well, it was going to be peace on the earth, for 40 years, man. But guess what? Also, we in that season and purpose where evil and war, and death is the vibration of the planet Earth. But we in a time where that's about to be over with. It says a time to be born and a time to die. See, wasn't America born once this so-called white man coming in power? That was him being born. But now we at the end where he's about to die. Why I said the rich man died. So we in that time where this is coming to an end now. But it's always signs to show that you at the end of a thing, man. The Lord always manifests, something that hit its height, and once it started to decay, it signs to all that. It says a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. See, and the point is what we actually witnessing, the next phase, in time. We see that this man is ran his course. This scene is almost over with. This man and his reign of terror, is pretty much coming into an end. But it's a time in the season with everything. But at the end of the day, it grows, it hit its height, and then it's all down here from there. And we in that time now where the so-called white man is falling. And he's at his last end, man. It was gonna be certain events the Lord. Matter of fact, where you say Matthew 24 chapter, the Lord pretty much gave you a rundown of what to look for. To show, to look for to know what the end of the world is, man. There's gonna be certain things to look for to let you know that this kingdom is about to be overthrown, and that the next kingdom is about to be introduced, man. We in that time now, so let's get this. This same Matthew 24 and 3. It said, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? See, so that was pretty much ultimately what they would always inquire about is when the Romans was going to be overthrown. When was the Romans going to be overthrown and we're going to be set up? That was always the case, man. That's why the Lord said, men of prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see. Why? Because now we actually witnessing, those very same said parables the Lord spoke of throughout the scriptures, to show us that this is it right here, man. So it says, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world. See, in that world is not talking about the uh, and planet Earth. You know, it's actually going into an age. Matter of fact, back that up. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 4. It said, "One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever." See, so the planet Earth is here forever, man. You know, it said, but that generation, you go into that word generation, it pretty much means age. You know, a certain time period, and that's what happens. Is a certain vibration that goes that's goes is throughout the planet Earth. Depends on what rulership it is, man. That's how you gauge history. You gauge history about by who was ruling in that time. So you go to 7 AD, you got to go back to the Roman Empire. You know, like you might have to go back uh, when the Persians was ruling, or Babylon, or all the way back the Egyptians. That's how you gauge history, is by the way of who was ruling during that time. So it said one generation passed away and another generation come, meaning one kingdom came and went away, and then another one come. You know, so those are pretty much different scenes in the movie, but it says, but the earth about it forever. So this is pretty much where the stages play out. This is where everything plays out, is here on the planet Earth, man. You know? So when it said at the end of the world, that's talking about the end of this age, the end of the so-called white man and his reign of terror. You know, so I'm going to read this again. So it said, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? See? So you read down this chapter, pretty much the Lord is giving you the rundown of what to look for. That pretty much shows the end of the world, or the end of this age. You know? To show that this place has ran its course when you see these different things. Matter of fact, jump down to verse 6. It said, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See, and don't you see that here in this magnitude? Wars and rumors of wars that have not been that information is at its height right now. You know, every day, you know, you get some about World War III updates, man. Pretty much either you hear about a new missile is being created, or a certain country buying different weapons from another country, or saints is being dished out. That's all. This is war talk, wars and rumors of wars, man. You know, it said, see that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, that's just the beginning stages of it, man. You know, we in the beginning, we actually at the end of the end, but it's the beginning stages of the end of the end. You know, why? Because it's still being talked about now. But it's gonna get to a point where you see the words are being made manifest. It's gonna get to a time it's gonna hit you in your face, man. You know, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. It said all these are the beginning of sorrow. See, so pretty much these are things to look for to show you that we at the end of this world. That's how you know. That lets you know that this world, this age is decaying away. You got famines going on. You got pestilence. You got earthquakes. With that earthquake, and literal earthquakes, and also earth-shaking events. You know, it's different events that's being played out throughout the planet Earth that's shaking the earth up, man. You know, so this shows, this is a sign of the decaying of this world, the parting of the asunder of time. And when you cut some asunder, that's you cut it off at its measure, man. You know, it's a certain measurement this devil is gonna, you know, be, and then the Lord's gonna cut him off, man. Matter of fact, let's get some real quick. 2 Ezra 4 and 37. It says, by measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times. See, so the Lord, measured the times of the Egyptians. They were going to rule for a certain long time, and then he was going to cut them off. That's just like, if you're a carpenter, you need a piece, you need a wood, a 2x4, 16 inches or whatever the case may be. You ain't going to cut it 17 inches. You ain't going to cut it 15 inches. You're going to cut it 16 inches because that was the appointed measurement for that board. So same thing with these kingdoms. Lord, let these kingdoms rule for a certain amount of time, for a certain purpose. And it wasn't like the Lord just made the Persians to rule, and then it wasn't no reasoning behind it. No, it was actually a reason behind the Lord setting up, these different kingdoms, especially Esau. You read that in Revelation the 6th chapter. It said the Lord actually gave him the power to take peace from the earth, man. So this man had lived up to his measure, man. But now is the time when that measure is fulfilled. He gonna cut them off. This read it again. Second 4:37. It says, by measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. See? So the Lord Yahweh Hashem is not going to interrupt the rule. Like I said, you got a board that you need cut 16 inches. You're not going to cut it 15 and a half. No, it's going to be 16 inches. So the Lord is allowing the devil to run his, run the course, But when the said measure is fulfilled, that's when he is going to cut them off, man. And we in those times. Why? Because we see these events and signs happening. Matter of fact, let's go back to St. Matthew 24. Because the Lord gave us a tangible thing to look at, to see, to pretty much give us a gauge and let us know we're at the end of this thing. So this is St. Matthew 24, and bear with me. St. Matthew 24 and 32. It said, now learn a parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. See? So just like a fig tree, when it's starting to sprout, when it starts to bud, the season is about to change. Though I said, so likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. See? And guess what? Now we in that appointed time where those words was meant to be played out now, man. So you see these different events being played out on the planet Earth. It lets you know that we coming into another phase, man. Another era. Another rulership. A new regime, man. So we are in the part of the Son of the Times. By the way, it is. This word is the gauge, and these events let you know that we in another time. We finna enter into another time period, man. That's why I said this generation is not going to pass to all things be fulfilled. Meaning what? Salakia. This that generation where we about to witness the transfer of power, man. This is that generation where we actually is going to witness, the transfer of power. Just like Daniel. Daniel actually was there when the Babylonian rulership was transferred to Darius the Mede, to the pretty much the Medo-Persian Empire. He was in that time where that power was transferred, man. Guess what? We in that time now where the so-called white man, he's about to be overthrown, and we're about to come into power, man. So this is just going back to when you see these things, that summer is not. Meaning what? This world was actually an appointed time where it was going to come into play, man. So this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. It said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. See? But at the end it shall speak and not lie. See? Meaning what? At the end of the day, even though it was these words were written in ancient times, is really a modern book, man. Because it said at the end it's going to speak. At the end of the day, you know, these words is going to make sense and be made clear at the end. Why? Because it's going to be happening. You know, and we in that point in time, the very end of the so-called white man, his rulership. When we know now, we know that that measure is being fulfilled now. Why? Because the events that's being played out here on the planet Earth, man. Especially when these plagues fully hit America, man. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It would not tarry, see? So the point is what? It's for an appointed time. And now we in that time. We see this word is shaking things up. By the way of it coming out, now you see events playing out. Now you see a famine being brewing. Now you see a civil war, a world war. It's going to be a major pestilence, mass death on a global scale. Now it's the division is speaking now. So that this further proves that this is we are at the end, man. Oh, it tells you also that in Daniel's 12 chapter. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Daniel 12 and 4. It said, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end." See, so this book in its entirety was sealed until the end, because you know Revelation 13 chapter 1 makes sense. You know, 100 years ago. You know, especially here in the ultimately that you know, like I said, Revelation 13, that wasn't gonna make sense 100 years ago. It was gonna only make sense at the end, because that them taking the mark of the beast, that's an act of desperation, man. You know, reading about the missiles, that wasn't gonna make sense. You know, until now. This is only, that's why it only makes sense now. Why? Because it is the end, man. You know, and that's how we gauge prophecy, by the events that plays out. Tells you that in 2nd Ezra the 9th chapter, measure the time diligently by the things that I've told you before, man. So now we know we at the end, because we can go into the scripture and line it up with current events. You know. So it says, "But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." See? So, we at the end, man. We are very well much at the end, man. We in that time. We actually about to witness the transfer of power. It's not like we're going to be able to, we're going to read in history, you know, like I said, you read about what happened, how the Babylonian power was transferred to Darius the Mede, you know, in his regime. Well, guess what? We in that time where we're about to witness the transfer of power, man. We witnessing now. We witnessing the beginning stages of this hard overthrow of the so-called white man. So this 2nd Ezra 6 and 7, it said, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times?" See? So meaning what? When is the end of this rulership? This so-called white man reign of terror is over with. And the asunder is when you part something asunder. That means to violently rip apart, man. So when this violent overthrow is going to happen, man? It says, "Or when shall it be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held the first the heel of Esau." So that lets you know the pretty much who the two main characters are the movie, man. It's Jacob and Esau. You know, because these are the only two nations that had a global rulership. You know, because this devil, he was the first. They tell you that Amalek is the first of the nations. This man was the first one to rule the earth globally. It's not like he got a whole territory. This nigga got the whole planet Earth, man. You know, so Esau, You know, he was the first one to rule. You know, so that's why I said, when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow, man. So it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. See, and we see that Esau is the end of all this, man. You know, this devil is in power now, and we see that his world is ended and tells you that the earth fadeth away. And that's on all levels, man. All the way down to the roads, you know, the plant life, animals, all that is fading away. It has become weak under the inhabitants, man. It has become defiled under this devil and his rulership, man. You know, and you see the results of it now. Everything is being decayed. This man don't have the powers as he once had. So we are here, man. Ultimately, the icing on the cake, you know, is when this man get overthrown by the way of the thermonuclear war. That's the icing on the cake, but you know that we see the build up to it. You know, matter of fact, I'm just gonna end off on this. What is it? First John 2. I'm just get to the point. 1 John 2:17. It says, "And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof." See, and don't you see that this? Oh, it tells you that you shouldn't have no pleasure in these days. Return to the Lord before you don't have pleasure in these days. Ain't no pleasure in these days now. Under this devil, you know, in the earth right now, the mirth is gone, man. You see that he's coming to his end now. You know, America's pretty much on his deathbed. The bitch coughing up blood. You know, eyes, you know, yellow and shit. So we at the end of this thing, man. You see all the America, you know, pretty much their allies is looking at us sideways. And we actually witnessed this place being torn up from the inside out, man. So we at the end. We see the world passing on. We see the love thereof is going away, man. It says, "But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever." See? Meaning what? We're not going to pass away with this system and in this place, man. We're actually going to be, during that transfer of power, we actually going to enter into that next era. We're not going to end here. We're going to actually, the ones that do the will of Yahweh is going to be preserved, you know, and be part of that next regime, man. You know? But we see that this place is at its very end. We see the partner of the Son of Time by the way the events is being played out. You know? So yeah, I just hope that we edify and give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Sarah Hakodash. Double honors to the Apostle of His great millstone. Shalom to the elect that teach word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. DTA, I'm Bible Ball.